Vindicators! Welcome to your reckoning, baby! Well, it's official. I had too much to drink last night.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 brutal deaths on Rick and Morty.
Rick, I'm Pencilvester. Listen to that name. You can't kill me.
You're right. Kill Pencilvester.
For this list, we'll be looking at some of the most disturbing, over-the-top, graphic, and insane slayings of various characters on Rick and Morty so far. If technology was banned, who would win in a fight between Jerry and Rick? Let us know below. Number 10. Turning the tables on the Tina Tears. After Morty falls for Planet Tina, he learns that she's manifested by Tina Tears, a group of adults who hold elemental rings and exploit her for profit.
Hey, buddy, you want an autograph? It's $20 a pop.
No, Eddie, he's my friend. Morty, these are my kids, the Tina Tears.
It's pretty much a dark reimagining of Captain Planet. As Eddie attacks Morty to stop him from interfering, Morty goes on a rampage, biting off Eddie's finger and burning him alive with the fire ring.
Fire!
The other Tina Tears are in a deal to sell Planet Tina when Morty bursts in and kills them all. Few scenes, animated or otherwise, contain as many brutal or creative kills in such a short time. Planet Tina goes on to pull off some of her own as she fights environmental destruction, enough to even turn Morty off.
Oh my God, no!
Number 9. A father's fatal mistake. If this had happened on Earth, Jerry would 100% be unalive. In this Season 2 episode, Jerry has a moral dilemma about sacrificing little Jerry so it can be used as a replacement heart to save the beloved alien, Shrimply Pibbles.
If you want to keep your penis, you should say out loud, I prefer to keep my penis.
But Beth, what kind of man would say something like that if the universe needed his penis?
Well, Jerry, what kind of wife would I be if I did anything to stand in your way?
But when Jerry has doubts and everyone slates him, he snaps and changes his mind. Again. As the synthetic heart is being installed in Pibbles, Jerry interrupts the operation with a weapon of sorts.
Not so fast!
Mr. Smith, what are you doing? Are you insane?
He then strips and runs at the unconscious alien, declaring he's a good person, and that's when it gets graphic. He's shot by security guards 57 times in front of his family. But since it happened in this alien hospital, Jerry was fixed in a lickety-split.
Thankfully, you're in a super sophisticated alien hospital, so it was basically like getting a splinter removed.
Number 8. Maximus Freaks Out. With Rick, Morty, and the Vindicators stuck in a Saw-esque nightmare that Rick set up while drunk, things went off the rails for the parody superheroes.
Rick, is this a Saw thing? Are you seriously sawing the Vindicators?
Morty, I'm a drunk, not a hack.
Pretty soon after the reveal, Vance Maximus, aka Renegade Star Soldier, freaks out and decides to leave, despite Rick's warnings. As soon as Maximus gets into the vent, we hear gunshots and machines whirling, followed by the mess it makes of him as half his body flies around the room.
I need space. I need space from this!
Later, after the shocking discovery of Million Ants and Supernova hooking up behind Alan Rails' back, the insect hero inserts itself into Rails, causing him to gruesomely explode. Yikes. Not quite as friendly as the Avengers.
Didn't see that coming.
Is that sarcasm? I don't want you slipping away when this is over. All of these deaths are on your hands.
Okay, come on, maybe a couple of them, but definitely not the train guy.
All of them.
Okay.
Number 7. Wasting the Wealthy. Rick and Morty loves a good parody. And for this episode, it was the Purge's turn.
It's like The Purge, Morty. That movie, The Purge.
Oh, have you been here before?
No, but I've been to a few planets with the same gimmick.
After Rick and Morty are stranded on an alien world during the festival, basically the Purge, Morty cuts loose, slaughtering a violent mob. Later, Rick and local girl, Arthricia, visit the wealthy people responsible for the festival in power suits.
No, honestly, I've had my fill. It's gratuitous at this point.
And they absolutely wreck them, all to the cheerful sound of the song Feel Good. Heads go flying, bodies burn, and one guy even takes a rocket in a very delicate area, leaving Arthricia and Rick dancing in the aftermath of the carnage.
Hey, thanks for helping me, Rick. You're a pretty great guy.
Number 6. Annihilating aliens. Imagine having to kill people you have amazing memories about to save the world. That's pretty much the premise for the episode Total Recall.
I figured it out, Rick! The parasites can only create pleasant memories. I know you're real because I have a ton of bad memories with you.
After being infected with a parasitic alien that implants positive memories and takes the form of quirky characters, the Smiths know they have to go nuts. Anyone who they have a negative memory about lives.
So what about Summer?
Why am I always your go-to? Never go in my room again.
I didn't! She's real. She's my bitch of a sister.
The others, well, they're gunned down in a violent slaughter. It's a lot to take in, as the fatally wounded characters morph into gross worms and perish. What makes the disturbing violence worse is that a lot of the imaginary friends beg for their lives to be spared. However, the Smiths remorselessly gun them down. Number 5. Saving Summer. Taking the simple command, keep Summer safe to heart, Rick's ship unleashes mayhem.
Wait! You can't leave me here!
You'll be fine. Ship, keep Summer safe.
Keep Summer safe.
Straight off the bat, a guy who gets too close is zapped by a laser into chunks, in a way that recalls 2002's Resident Evil. Another guy is paralyzed, because Summer said not to make it fatal. The ship continues its warped warpath by making a melting replica of a cop's deceased son to break him psychologically.
Daddy, leave the car alone.
What?
Leave the car alone.
Hunter? Go!
Oh my god.
The vessel also mocks Summer for how she speaks, which is just rubbing salt into the wound. After all the massive violence that Summer witnessed, she should be in therapy for a couple of decades at least.
You know you're kind of a dick, right?
My function is to keep Summer safe, not keep Summer being, like, totally stoked about, like, the general vibe and stuff. That's you. That's how you talk.
Number 4. Sloppy souvenirs. With an episode mocking heist films, there has to be a moment where there's a big reveal that shocks everyone and even confuses them.
So, I'm in your crew now.
And Rick and Morty didn't disappoint. Just maybe the surprise wasn't delivered in a typical heist-like way. After beating Miles Knightley in a heist-off, Rick reveals that the attendees at HeistCon are under his control. So, he tells them to steal everything.
Your next big score? Steal every square inch of HeistCon.
As they take apart the stage, they decide that Knightley is part of the convention. To start with, they nick his clothing and his wallet. But then, it gets gory. The fans tear Knightley apart, each looking for a biological keepsake to take home. Even Rick found it to be a bit much.
All right, look, Morty, I did not know that was gonna happen. That's not on me. Come on, Morty, let's go.
Number 3. Toxic children. Even something as simple as a spa day can be turned into a nightmare on Rick and Morty. After the duo's toxic selves are extracted, they break out and cause havoc.
After 70 years of being bottled up inside a sentimental jackass, I finally get to live my own life. You said we were merging. I lied, dumbass. I lie about everything.
Toxic Rick creates a device to turn the planet into a nightmare, bringing out the worst in people. It infects a children's party, prompting a performer in a knockoff Mickey Mouse outfit to shout at the kids before they attack him.
Santa Claus isn't real.
You were all mistakes!
When the process is reversed, it's revealed that the party got a lot worse, with the performer decapitated and the children now turning on each other. Without the toxic beam's effects, they're exposed to the horror they've committed. Good luck with explaining this one to the cops. Number 2. Right in the eye. After Rick dies, only to be reborn in clones across the multiverse, Morty strikes out on his own. Using a death crystal to guide his actions, he believes he can live a happy life with Jessica.
I love you.
Damn it! How am I gonna die with her if I can't even talk to her?
Here's an idea, Morty. Throw that thing in the garbage, stop planning your own death, and talk to whoever you want.
Now you just sound like real Rick.
However, he ends up transforming himself into a venom-like goo monster instead. Morty gives masks to hologram Rick, but all it takes to defeat him is a sting in his eye by Wasp Rick. Only Wasp Rick doesn't inject venom, he injects eggs. Lots and lots of eggs. The baby Wasp Ricks burst out of hologram Rick's face in a grisly fashion. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Seeing Double. To call this first season episode stressful for Morty is an understatement. After all, he contributed to wrecking the planet by having Rick create a creepy love potion, which ended up turning everyone into abominations. Things got even worse when he and Rick dipped out to find a new universe. They needed a dimension whose Rick and Morty just perished, so they could slip in and take their place.
I do have one emergency solution that I can use that'll kind of put everything back to normal, relatively speaking. Here, Morty, put this on while I do a little bit of scouting.
Upon their arrival, they found the remains of their other selves, who had just been blown up. They then had to bury their broken selves in the garden, giving Morty a mountain of trauma to cope with for the rest of his days.
It's still raining up here.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.